children, let us continue with our number system chapter. You will think that last period only I have completed with the last exercise. Then what is the new now? Yes, we will see few parts which is deleted from our chapter from CBSE, as well as we will revise this chapter once again. Yes, do you remember the chapter? Yes, we have continued with our chapter number 1, that is number system, with part 11. Yes, what we will see over here, we will do the revision of this chapter once again, and we will see the deleted part of chapter number system. So this deleted part has come from the CBSE board, so which I already taught you, but that part will not be asked in the exam. Okay, so let us see what is a deleted part. Do you remember this part I have taught you? The deleted part of chapter number system is nothing but the first point is representation of terminating or non-terminating recurring decimal on the number line through the successive magnification. Yes, so do you remember this part? I have shown with the video. So how to represent a recurring number 4.66 or 2.345, how to represent. Yes, but this part is deleted from the board. So as if I taught you now, this is not a waste for you. You may use it in the next year, but for exam point of view, for your first semester exam point of view, this type of questions will not be asked. Okay, so what is the second point? Again, the construction part, that is explaining that every real number is represented by a unique point on the number line. Yes, so here in this all the types of constructions are deleted, not only the spiral method. If you remember, I have taken the three constructions. The first one is how to construct a root 2 by their proof also, by using that proof also. Second is the simple method, and the third one is spiral method, which I have shown you here. So these all the constructions are deleted from CBSE. So from this chapter, the construction type of questions, that is magnification or this representation of irrational number on a number line, these all the parts are deleted. So but if you are interested, please solve this type of sums, because it may use it in your further examples or in next year also. But for first semester, it is deleted. Then next one, the definition of nth root of a real number. Now you think the last period only I taught you this exercise, and this time now I am telling you this is deleted. But sorry, it has come now, this deleted part. So whatever I have taken last period exercise 1.6, that is the definition of nth root of a real number and the sums related to that is deleted. So I think it is clear to all of you which part is deleted from first chapter. Yes, I will repeat once again. Yes, what is that? The first one is by successive magnification, how to represent any rational number, that is in a recurring form or in decimal form on a number line. Second part is how to represent an irrational number on a number line. Yes, as well as the third part is definition of nth root of a real number, that is exercise 1.6. Is it clear to all of you till here, the deleted part? Okay, now let us continue with our revision. Now in revision, this is again, if you remember, I am taking the same part again, the same figure again and again, because this is a very important part. Yes, I think till now you have highlighted this picture. Yes, and what is the meaning of this? Let me continue once again with this. Correct? So can you just recollect what I taught you before? The smallest group of number is nothing but a natural number. Is it correct? So which type of numbers will come in natural number? That is, it will start from 1, 2 and 3 and so on. Infinitely many numbers will come in this natural number, but it will start from 1. What is the second group of number? So in natural number, if I add 0, so if I add 0, that group of number will become as what? Whole number. Then what is the integers? In whole number, if I add all negative numbers, that is -1, -2, -3 and so on, correct? So these type of numbers are nothing but called as integers. That means in integers, all natural numbers, all whole numbers and negative numbers, so all positive, negative, including 0, all these numbers are included in a group of integers. Now, what is the next group of number? That is a rational number. Do you remember the definition of a rational number? Yes. So, what is the definition of rational number? If the number can be represented in the form of P by Q. But what is the condition for P and Q? Now, P and Q both should be what? They both should be integers. And the most important point is what? What is the condition on Q? Q should not be equal to 0. So these two conditions you have to remember for the definition of rational number. Is it correct? Yes. So these are nothing but the types of rational number. Then next one is nothing but irrational. For irrational, as a definition only we can say which numbers are not rational. It can be as a irrational number. But what we can say about this whole group of number? Yes, that means the rational plus irrational. The whole group of number is nothing but called as a real number. So all rational numbers plus irrational number is nothing but real numbers. Is there any common number which is rational as well as irrational? What is your answer? No, it cannot be. So there is not a single number which is rational as well as irrational. These both the groups are totally different. There is no common number. I think this concept is again clear to all of you. We have seen few true or false sums related to this in the exercise. Is it correct? Yes. So can we continue with the next part now for the revision? The next very important part we will here revise is nothing but the terminating decimal expansion. There are three types if you remember. How to identify whether the given number is rational or irrational. For that we have to check the 2 points over here, that is terminating, then whether it is recurring or non-terminating recurring. Means what? There are three things. One is terminating decimal expansion, second is terminating but recurring, and the third one is non-terminating and non-recurring. And which terms will come in which group of numbers, that also we will see. So the first part we will see over here is terminating decimal expansion. What is terminating? Just you have to remember, if the number is given in a fraction form, yes, then if you are getting the remainder as 0, see here, I will underline this point over here. Yes, what is this? The remainder is 0. So if the number is given in a fraction form and if you are getting the remainder as 0, that means that number is nothing but a terminating decimal expansion. Now your question, if the number is not given in a fraction form, if it is given in a direct decimal form, that is for example 1.2, yes, 1.2, if the dot is not given, if the dot is not given, that means if only 1.2 is given, then this is also a terminating decimal expansion. If the dots are given, that means it is recurring. Yes, so any decimal expansion, for example 3.4, 6.28 without dots, again I will repeat, without dots, these all the decimal expansions are nothing but terminating. This is for done for fraction as well as decimal. But if the numbers are given as a whole number or integers or a natural number, are these numbers are terminating decimal expansions? What do you think for that? Yes, so these numbers are nothing but terminating. For example, if I take it as 5, a number 5, is the number 5 is terminating decimal? Yes, it is terminating. The number 5 is nothing but 5 upon 1, and if you divide the number 5 by 1, you will get the remainder 0. So any, for example, -2, -100, then 12. So these all numbers, whether it is a natural number, whole number, or integers, these all the numbers are nothing but terminating decimal expansion. Yes, so here, so if I want to say which numbers are terminating decimal expansion, I will repeat once again here as all natural numbers, all whole numbers, all integers are terminating decimal expansion. But in rational numbers, if it is given in the fraction form, yes, so when you are getting the remainder as 0, in that case, where you can see if the number is given in a p by q form, if you divide the number p by q, and if you get the remainder as 0, in that case we can say that number is nothing but terminating decimal expansion. Hope this is very clear to all of you now. Yes, can we continue? The next one is nothing but non-terminating. Yes, non-terminating but recurring, and non-terminating, non-recurring. Can you see the difference between these two? So first one is non-terminating, second one is also non-terminating, but in first case it is recurring, and in second case it is non-recurring. Now let us see what is the difference between this. Now first of all, we have seen in the previous one as what? Terminating. What is the meaning of terminating? Now it is clear to all of you. Terminating means remainder is 0. Now if I want to say if it is non-terminating, means what? It is the remainder should not be equal to 0. Non-terminating means what? In both the cases you will not get the remainder as 0. Is it clear to all of you? First point. Now what is the meaning of recurring then? The first part. So if the fraction is given and if you divide the numerator by denominator, in that case you go on dividing, you are getting here, for example, here you will get the same number. Yes, and you will never get the remainder as 0. So for example, 2 by 3. If I divide the 2 by 3, now here it is not possible to divide by 3, so I will take 0 and it will become as 20. Then 3 6 are 18, again I am getting the remainder as 0. Again 3 6 are 18, again remainder as 2, correct. So what you can observe here, I have started with the number 2, here I got the remainder 2. Again if I continue, in every point, in every step I am getting the remainder as 2 and the quotient as 0.666666 as correct. So here I am writing the answer as what? 0.666, and it is infinitely many numbers you can write. It never returns to 0 as a remainder. Correct. So this type of numbers are called as what? Non-terminating but recurring. Is it correct? So what is it clear this concept? Non-terminating means remainder cannot be 0. Recurring means it is repeating again and again. It's repeating means not for each and every step. Sometimes it is repeating with the group. Here it is repeating with what? 0.66. It may come as what? 0.235, and again the group as 235, 235, like this way. So that means 235 group is repeating. In that case also it is called as recurring only. Is it clear? Now let's see the next part, that is non-terminating, non-recurring. Yes, so how to identify whether it is non-terminating, non-recurring? First of all, For recurring as well as non-recurring, these dots will come. Is it clear? But now what is the difference between these two? Here you can see the number or a group of number. In non-terminating recurring form, you will get the number or a group of number is repeating. But in this case there is no repetition at all. Can you see over here? So 5.7689, there is no repetition. You can see over here 0 1, then 0 0 1, 0 0 0 1. There is not a group of number or a number is repeating in a same form. Therefore these two numbers we can say as what? Non-terminating, non-recurring numbers. Is it clear the difference between recurring and non-recurring? Then what about this root 3? Root 3 in 8th standard, if you remember, we have done the long division method to find the square root of a number. If you find the square root of a number where the number is nothing but not a perfect square number, in that case those numbers are nothing but called as non-terminating, non-recurring. Again I will repeat which numbers, whichever number you will write it in a square root form, and the given number, the number written in that root which is not perfect square, then it is called as what? Non-recurring number. But in that case you will just find if the number is a perfect square. In that case what we can say? For example, square root of 16. Square root of 16 value we know as number 4. Now the number 4 is nothing but a whole number. So whole number will come in what? A terminating decimal form. Is it clear to all of you? So for non-terminating, non-recurring, this number should not be a perfect square number. Hope this all three concepts are clear to all of you. Terminating decimal expansion, non-terminating decimal but recurring, and the third one is non-terminating, non-recurring. Clear? Now let us continue. Now by using these three concepts, we will divide these concepts in two parts. One is rational number, second is irrational number. So which numbers are called as a rational number? Terminating decimal expansion. So if the number is with a terminating decimal expansion, means if you are getting the remainder as 0, then those all the numbers are nothing but terminating decimal expansion, and these numbers are called as rational numbers. Similarly, non-terminating but recurring. So if you are getting a recurring number, you are not getting the remainder 0, but the number or a group of number is repeating again and again. So for example 0.777, 0.292929 and so on. So these numbers are non-terminating but recurring, but these numbers will also come under rational number. Then which numbers are called as irrational number? Non-terminating and non-recurring decimal expansion. That means the third type. Yes, non-terminating. So which numbers will come under this? All the numbers in root form where the number is written in root is not a perfect square. Those numbers are irrational number, as well as non-terminating. How to identify non-terminating and non-recurring? Yes, non-terminating you have to remember, if the dot 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 will come, that means what? It is non-terminating. But non-recurring, so for that 0.237 ... there is no repetition. So in that case this number is nothing but called as irrational number. So for rational, terminating, second is non-terminating but recurring, and the second one is irrational number, non-terminating, non-recurring. So how to identify whether the given number is rational or irrational? Now it is easy for you. The next one, the examples of rational and irrational number. Yes, so if you remember, I will just recollect that. The first one is 2 by 7. Yes, that is the first number, 2 by 7. So 2 by 7 if you just divide the number 2 by 7, you will get it a number as non-terminating but recurring. Therefore, it is a rational number. What we can say for the second number 5000? 5000 is a whole number. Whole number is nothing but a rational number. It is a part of a rational number. 9.367. Can you see over here the dots are not given? That means you will get the remainder as 0. Can you see the difference between these dot and here dots are not given? The dots are not given means what? You will get the remainder as 0. Therefore, it is a rational number. And in this case, the next one, 0.999 means what? 0.99, it is recurring. Here the dots are given. It is non-terminating but recurring. Therefore, this number is also rational number. Now, the square root of 256. So, square root of 256 value, do you remember what is the square root of 256? Correct, the square root of 256 is 16, which is a whole number, and all whole numbers are nothing but rational numbers. And let us see the examples of irrational numbers. Square root of 56. Now you can see the number 56 is not a perfect square number. Therefore, it will considered as a irrational number. Now the next one is 1.2345 dot dot dot. Now it is, you can see what is the meaning of dot dot dot. It is non-terminating, but you can see the number as 2, 3, 4, 5, these digits. There is no repetition. Therefore, it will come under irrational number. Similarly, the next square root of 5.98 is a 5.98 is a perfect square number? No. Therefore, this number is irrational number. Similarly, this example we have already seen, that is 1.01001 and dot dot dot. This number is also a irrational number. Okay. Now, let us continue with the next part. The revision part. The question number 1, if you see in your exercise, that is, write the following in decimal form and say what kind of decimal expansion each has. Yes, so if they are given in a fraction form, you have to convert it into decimal form and you have to identify which kind, what is a kind of decimal expansion. What kind means what? You have to write it over here, whether it is terminating or terminating but recurring or non-terminating non-recurring. Is it clear to all of you? Yes. Let us see the example. The first example I have taken as a mixed fraction. The mixed fraction here, 3 whole. Just wait. 3 whole 2 upon 5. 3 is a whole number and then 2 upon 5. If you convert it into the improper fraction, 5 3s are 15 plus 2, 17 upon 5. Now check whether it is terminating or non-terminating and all. So divide the number 17 by 5. So 5 3s are 15. 17 minus 15, remainder is 2. Put the decimal point, take a 0. 5 4s are 20 and you are getting the remainder as 0. You have to go on dividing till you will get the remainder as 0 or a recurring. That means the number is repeating. Okay, so here I am getting the remainder as 0. Therefore, your answer is 3.4. So, we can write it as what? This is a terminating decimal expansion. See the next one. In the next one, question is given as what? 2 upon 9. So, 2 upon 9, divide the number 2 by 9. Can we divide it directly to the number 2? Not possible. So, what I have taken? 0, then decimal point and have taken as, make it as 20. Put the 0 and make it as 20. Now, 9 2s are 18. So, again I am getting the remainder as what? 20 minus 18 as 2. Again, if I divide, 9 2s are 18. Again, remainder 2. Again, so I have just marked it with the yellow. So in each and every case you are getting the remainder as 2. That means if you go on dividing, you always get the decimal expansion as 0.2222. infinitely many times. So if the 2 to the number is repeating again and again, so it is called as what? Recurring number. But we never get the remainder as 0, so what we can say, it is non-terminating but recurring. So you have to write the answers like this way: terminating, non-terminating but recurring, or non-terminating non-recurring number. Now the next one is whether the following numbers are rational or irrational. Yes, so here in this case you have to do it as a homework. I have taken a maximum sums in this session, so just this is as a homework. You have to complete this, whether the following numbers are rational or irrational. Do it in your book. Similarly, the second part, question number 2 is what? Write the following in a decimal form and say what kind of decimal expansion each has. That means you have to divide the numerator by denominator and check whether it is terminating decimal expansion or non-terminating but recurring decimal expansion. Hope this concept is clear to all of you. Yes, we will revise the next concept in the next session. Till that,